What is up, you guys? I am back today with another beauty related video. I'm going to be doing some comparisons and kind of just like a PSA kind of style. I was brought aware of this topic and I immediately was like, I need to put this on the internet. I haven't like searched for this on YouTube, so maybe some other people have this video up, but I have not seen it floating around the internet. So we're going to be talking about beauty sponges, just really two of them and mainly just one. This is the alternative that I have started using other than these, so we're going to get into all of that. So if you want to see my kind of like public service announcement, like warning, then please keep watching and we're going to get right into it. So these are all old sponges. That is why they are dirty. Honestly, I did not feel like cleaning these just to do this video to like wash all of them out because they are old and I do not use them anymore. But the thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge has definitely changed, and I have not seen anybody else talking about this. So they have definitely changed. These two came in like a 2-for package, so I don't know how long ago it was that they changed. These two came in a 2-for packet, and this was one that I had just like really old that was still in my drawer. The first thing that I'm going to compare, and like I said, I know this is going to be really hard because they are dirty, they're both dirty, but if you can see the color of this one, I'm going to try and hold it as most in the light, and the color of this one, I don't know how well you're going to be able to pick it up on screen. I think you kind of can tell, and it's not just because it's dirty. This one is like a very neon orange. This is a little bit more of like a burnt orange color. So the color has changed. The actual feel of them have changed. I didn't notice this until a point that I will talk to you about in a minute, but I used both of these sponges and started to notice I didn't like the way my foundation was looking. I kind of thought it was because it was summer, it was making me look more oily. I just feel like the application wasn't going on as well. I love the Real Techniques Beauty Sponges. I've used them for like over a year. I get new ones about like monthly. I wash them pretty regularly. So I just noticed that my foundation wasn't looking very good and I didn't know why. And it is because I have now realized that they have actually changed the, what would you call it? The formula, the make of these. They are totally different. So this one, when I squeeze it, feels very much almost like a stress ball. It is very hard. It's tough. It's not bouncy. This one, the old one, very squishy, very bouncy. They've definitely changed in that sense. And I will go get them wet and I'll show you this is what they do. I think swell up as much, but however, when you get them wet, it's hard to get all the water out of them almost because it is so hard to squeeze and they're tough and firm. So I am gonna go get these wet really quick and I'll bring them back and show you. I haven't really noticed a size difference, but I've also haven't done this. So I'm gonna go get these wet and I'll come right back. All right, so now that I've got them wet, they are pretty similar in size. It doesn't look like the size of them. Looks like the old one actually is a little bit bigger. This one just absorbs and then releases the water so much easier compared to this one. I mean, watch this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. See, it's like I couldn't even get water out of it because it's like so kind of like, can you hear that? It's such a weird material compared to this one that's like so bouncy and it's like that very kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, like that beauty blender feel that has that very like kind of like bouncy and, you know, not, this feels mushy. That's like the best way I can describe it. This feels like mushy. It almost feels like I could like form it into shapes. And it's also, look at how it doesn't bounce back. Like, I don't know what happened. And like I said, like I was really unhappy with my foundation for like a couple of months and I didn't know what was going on. And then all of a sudden when I realized that these were different, I was like, that's why. So that brings me to my next point. The reason that this even came to my attention or why I was aware of this after a while is because I went traveling for about 4 days. I was traveling. So what would happen is in my makeup bag with all my makeup, I would do my makeup and then I would have this sitting out, but there was 2 days during my travel that I did my makeup and then had to put my beauty sponge immediately back into my makeup bag and travel for a couple of hours before I was able to pull it out again. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. However, I had washed my, my beauty sponge before I had left for the trip. Now, I didn't wash it for probably a couple of days after I returned from the trip, so it was probably about a week. And then when I went to go wash it again, as I was washing away the makeup, this started popping up. And I found this as the makeup started to wash off when I was cleaning it. all of this started to become clear. It was obvious that it was covered up with the makeup, but as it started to wash out, this is what appeared. This is mold. And I don't know how long I was using it like this, like patting it all over my face. I'm hoping it was just that 1 week. But what I started to realize, once again, when I'm feeling these two different textures, this one is very aerated. It's very, like, once again, it's spongy. It's very bouncy. I think this dries out fairly quickly. This, I feel like, holds moisture in it because it's like so like thick and dense. And I'm wondering if that's where the mold comes from. I mean, like I said, I did have 2 days where this was kind of like in my makeup bag while it was still wet and traveling with me. So, I mean, I guess that can cause it, but I've traveled with these a lot and probably had these like in my makeup bag wet longer than I did this, and this has never happened to me before. So this is concerning to me. I don't like this. So as soon as I saw this, I became aware, obviously, that they changed the formula, like everything started to make sense. I was like, I have not been liking the way this applies to my face, makeup to my face. And I pulled out one of my other ones. Thankfully, I have like a drawer where I save a lot of my old stuff for like empties videos or things like that. And I pulled this out and I was like, these are two totally different sponges, yet they're the same. So as soon as I saw this, I stopped using this and I went out and I bought, all of these are dirty. I'm sorry. Those are old and I just used this today to do my makeup. So I went out and I got the Eco Tools sponge that I've heard people rave about, and I love this. This is very similar to the original Real Technique Beauty Blender. These this is a little bit more dense, but it still has that kind of like fluffy kind of like feeling to it instead of these super dense, like thick sponges. Like when I used to feel these, this also like cracked when I was trying to wash it. I just feel like they are crappy material now. Like when I try and use this, it literally feels like I'm like using like a paddle to like put my makeup on. Like there's no kind of like give to this at all. So I felt like I was just like smearing makeup all over my face. And like I said, my face was feeling really greasy. I feel like it wasn't actually like blending my makeup into my skin at all. And I realized that I thought it was just my makeup. I was like, oh, it's the summer, so I'm just like greasy, I'm more sweaty. No, it was actually these things that were sucking. So no more to these guys. I just wanted to put this video out here just in case. I wish I would have seen one of these. Like I said before, I was like bouncing mold all over my face for a couple of days. So I wish I kind of just would have seen one of these on YouTube, and I haven't. So that's the reason that I wanted to make this. This is the sponge, like I said, the Eco Tools one is what I'm using right now. I've noticed an immediate difference in my makeup. My foundation is going on good again. I really, really like this one. I've heard good things about the Kathleen Lice has been talking about the Flower Beauty sponge. I'm going to go out and purchase that as soon as I can as well. But right now I'm really enjoying this, and like I said, immediate change in my makeup. I can already tell like it's blending my makeup in. I'm not feeling so tacky. Like that was the thing. Even like very like matte foundations were making me feel very like sticky on my face. So this already has changed it. I'm not having issues with my foundation anymore. So it really was just these guys, which, I mean, that's pretty gross, right? It's nasty. So might be like a little bit of user error there, but I feel like just a couple hours in a makeup bag shouldn't be doing this. Like it shouldn't be doing that. So anyway, that's all I have to say. Like I said, just wanted to put like a little like public service announcement out there. If you use Real Technique Beauty blenders, I haven't heard anybody talking about the formula changing, but it definitely has. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.